guy can eat a sack of baby dicks. That guy is weird. That guy is vile. I don't like people like that.
The fighting pride of Broward County, Florida. Here is Howard H.D. Davis.
What's
What's
up,
up, my
Brody?
brother? How are you, man?
I'm good. You?
I'm good, brother. Everything's good, man. Thank you so much for joining the show, bro. Been trying to make this happen for a while now and really
Yeah.
appreciate you taking the time, especially 3 weeks out from your fight.
Mm.
Just want to know, man, how are you feeling? You're taking on Ramiro Figueroa, Bkfc 85 Hollywood, Florida. How's
Hmm.
fight camp going for you?
Yeah, it's going great. We sharpening all the tools, doing everything, right. Very calculated camp. I'm with a new coach, so I'm getting different training, different looks, different sparring partners. So everything's been going according to plan.
Mm. Yeah, I see you and Rambo putting in all that work together, man. Rambo's on the card as well. Looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I'd love to see you guys together, man, sweating it out, putting in that grind.
for sure. That's my brother right there. For a long time, since the beginning, we grew up in the same neighborhoods, the same, county and stuff like that. And my first boxing gym I ever went to, that's why I met Rambo officially. So we come from the same boxing camp all the way to now.
Mm. Yeah, I had Rambo on the podcast recently as well, man, and I asked him about you just because, like I said, I see you guys together. I almost thought you guys were related or cousins or something. And
Mhm.
he's like, no, I've
Basically,
no. Yeah,
basically,
he's like, he had nothing but good things to say about you, man. So
that's my
so
brother for
excited.
sure.
Excited for both you guys. So you're coming off hand surgery, right, from your last fight against Draco. How
Yeah.
how's your hands recovering, man?
They're good. I had to do some physical therapy for them and stuff like that. I completed it. Feeling good, feeling strong. I'm just hoping they feel the same once I get in there. 'Cause obviously, I can punch with the gloves and stuff like that. But bare knuckle fighters, you don't punch each other in like sparring or anything like that to really get that feeling. So fighting, I definitely like test them out.
Was that your first time you broke your hands in a fight?
Nah. I fought Jimmy Rivera. Actually, I just posted a reel, and the video you see in the reel is my hand afterwards when I fought him. I think a week or 2 weeks before I fought him, I didn't break my hand. I just I had tore like a lot of like ligaments and muscles in it, and I was advised and really just told straight out like you can't fight, don't fight. But Jimmy Rivera was my third fight, and it was my biggest fight to date. He's former UFC number one contender and stuff like that. So it was a big opportunity, and I felt like I can beat him even with my injury. And I probably not probably definitely made it worse. So when they went in to do the surgery, I had like the satchel bands and everything like popped and stuff. So that recovery time took like half a year. And that's actually when I got that surgery, and I fought Louis Lopez at the end of that year, and I got that loss to the doctor stoppage. So it was just a lot of bad decisions. At the time, just being an up and coming fighter, just starting your career and being out of work and stuff for that long a time that you have to take certain fights when you don't want to take them when you're not 100%, and you got to kind of rush things, and it sucks. But it happens like that. We get in predicaments that we put ourselves in, because I could have easily not fought Jimmy Rivera and just recovered the right way, and everything would have been different. But me being me, I fought through the broken hands, the fractured hands, the muscles all messed up, all type of stuff. And we all fighters, we all fight through different things, whether it's the physical or mental or even spiritually. So
Mm,
just what it is.
mm. I got you, brother. Um, talk about uh talk about Ramiro as an opponent a little bit. He's 2-1 in the BKFC. Have you done any tape study on him?
Yeah, I watched him. I seen some of his fights. Actually, I think I seen one of his first fights in BKFC when I was in Denver, Colorado for one BKFC event. I think that was the first time maybe they've been in Denver, Colorado that time. I was promoting my fight or trying to get a fight with Kai at that time, and I seen him there, and we kind of got into a dispute. But I think that's the card that I seen him first fight on. I was like, oh, he's a pretty good boxer. I know he got a pro a pro boxing record. I think of like maybe like 4-1, 5-1. something like that. And he has only one loss in Bkfc, so it's a very game opponent. And, it's all respect to him for taking the fight because I had a lot of people turn down the fight. I originally wanted to go to featherweight to get back in those rankings so I can get a fight with Kai, but everybody I tried to fight undefeated fighters and stuff like that was declining, and he could have declined too, but he didn't. He accepted the challenge, and I respect him for that because I wanted to fight in December, and if it wasn't him, I don't know who it would be.
Mm, yeah. No, I heard you say that you wanted to potentially go back to 145 there.
Yeah.
Um, you've kind of been bouncing around between 145 and 155. Which weight do you prefer to fight at?
The weight never matters. I can make both weights. It's just the opportunities. Like sometimes I feel like I'm blackballed sometimes or not given the respect that I've earned. I fought everybody literally, like good records, bad records, top rank, pound for pound, all type of stuff. Is like that isn't always at my best or my 100%, but I still fight. The opportunity presents itself, and I'm there. I've tried to step in for fights when people back out, like that Tony Soto and Ben Barner fight. I would have fought Tony then, but just it didn't happen. I was the first Bkfc main event back up when I went to Spain, and Franco Tenaglia and Tony Soto fought each other. So I'm always ready and training. And even for that, I was the backup, and I think I hurt my hand fighting James Brown in that fight, and I was still ready to go. You know what I mean? So when opportunity is there, I don't let it pass me, but I try to fight as much as I can to get to where I want to be, the goals I'm trying to achieve for myself and my family. And unfortunately for me, I'm not the matchmaker. I'm not, the people that sign the contracts, and I'm not the opponents that accept the fight. So all I can do is send the contractor, say, hey, I want to fight you. They either want to fight me or they don't want to fight me. And most times they don't. And that's nothing cocky, but I get turned down a lot. But it is what it is. When the fight come, I'm always ready to fight.
Mhm. Yeah, I can see that, bro. You're definitely a scary opponent. Definitely, as I like to say, you got the fastest hands in the game, man, for
I
sure.
appreciate you, my brother.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Um, so what is the weight cut like for you? Do you cut a lot of weight?
Nah, I'm always 5, 10 pounds from weight. Like I'm never the person that's 20, 15 pounds like over. Like I'm a naturally like in shape, guy. I always like to say I got the metabolism of a crackhead. It's crazy, bro. It's just fast, bro. Like I can eat certain stuff that other people can't eat, and it just goes. One thing I can say, I built muscle mass fast. Like if I work out too much, I tack on stuff like that. But that's why I like mediate it. I work out to a certain extent. I work out a certain way. I don't do weights. I do a lot of like calisthenics and stuff like that. But losing weight has never been hard for me because I've always been naturally like a 140 pounder anyways. Like growing up and even playing football, it was very hard for me to gain like weight. I was always fast and had good muscle structure, and I can squat like 400 or 500 pounds and stuff like that. And I'm like 160. So like, and I can bench like two something. So it's like I always been strong. But when it came to fighting, even in the amateurs, I always fought at the 150, 152. But I always come in under. I never miss weight in amateurs. I never miss weight as a pro.
Hmm. All professional, man. Um, What so without giving too much away for your fight against Ramiro, what do you think is going to be your key to the victory?
I think it's the same thing as always, just being HD, not backing up too much, being aggressive, but smart aggression, not just letting it like fly, like going out there and just letting my hands fly and just throwing them fast, like, being real technical, seeing stuff before it happens and being 2 to 3 steps ahead of him.
Hmm. Let me ask you, what do you think is tougher, preparing for these fights physically or getting in the right state of mind before these fights? So like preparing for them physically or mentally?
I think it's a bit of both in what you're going through life because you can be just physically sound and your mind or heart not really being in it because, tragedy may strike in life, um, may have some money issues, may have some love issues, may have some family issues, and that's just outside of it. But in the day, we are fighters. We're still human, so that definitely weighs on you, and it can definitely take your mind off things. And it happens to all of us. You got to go ahead and weather the storm, whether it's physical or mental. But I think it's a bit of both when in different situations at different times, life is gonna life. Like it's not gonna stop because you got a big fight coming up. Like, oh yeah, he has a championship fight coming up. I can't let this person go through this or this bad news can't come in at this time. Like life is just gonna happen and you just gotta, you gotta ride the wave.
Who or what motivates you to keep pushing forward in such a brutal sport?
My kids, I didn't have a lot growing up, I didn't have much. But I want to give my kids way more than I had. I know I probably can't give them the world. If I'm able to, I would give them that. But if I can get close to it, that's my main motivation. And just doing God's purpose for like me, like what I feel like is my purpose on here. Like I feel like I'm God's warrior. I feel like I was meant to fight always and do something with my physical capabilities. So it's like I refuse to waste it. If I can keep going past these injuries and make fighting my one and only job, I would love to. If the pay keeps being good and going up and stuff like that, then that's what I want to do for the rest of my life because it's what I love. I can't fake it. I can't, oh, I hate this or I hate the training. Like, I be itching to go to training. When I don't go to training and stuff, I be depressed. You know what I mean? So that's how I know I'm a
Mm,
fighter. Like, when I'm not in the gym, that's when I'm at my lowest sometimes. So it definitely goes hand in hand with like the things in my life that I love, like, fighting is my heart, you know what I mean? Yeah, I feel like I said, one of my captions is embedded in my soul. I literally been put here to inspire others through my fist, through my hard work, my dedication, my resilience, and that's what I want to continue doing.
mm. I love that, brother. So were you born in Florida, Broward County, Florida?
Broward
Yeah?
County, Florida, 31 years. I
Damn.
want to get out. It's hard, but family here, everything's here, and it's definitely gonna happen one day. You gotta spread your wings and fly when you are able to go further in life. And I've been outside of Florida so many times and I just see the world and different people, different languages and cultures, and it's so broad. And when you're stuck in one place for so long, it stunts your growth, and that's nothing to blame on anybody else or my environment. Just what I feel in myself, like I have to get out more and venture out more to get these opportunities and meet these people and establish these connections so I can become who I'm supposed to be.
Mm. No, I did see on your Instagram recently that you took a trip out to, I believe, Aruba and
Yeah.
Paris.
Yeah, I've been
Right?
traveling lately, man. But hard work allows you to play a little bit.
Was that your first time in Aruba and Paris?
Yeah, and both were beautiful. I can't even lie to you. Like, that's what I mean. Like, just going places and like, even when I went to Marbella, Spain to be the backup for the main event, that was like the people were just so nice and the food and the views and just like the energy, the air, everything. Just like you, like damn, like yeah, it seems like you're not even on Earth sometimes anymore, you know what I mean? Because you're so used to
Mm,
being somewhere and dealing with those type of people, and not saying that Florida or Broward County is bad or anything like that, but you just have people from different walks of life, so it really opens up your eyes and your mind, and it's like, I wanna experience more of this, you know what I mean? I wanna travel everywhere, I wanna go here, I wanna go there, and it's the same when I went to Japan. Japan was dope, like, that's
oh
one of my
wow.
biggest things ever. It was like, because 'cause I'm real big into anime, like, I have, like, a dad growing up, so I used to rely heavy on, like, anime, like, getting my lessons and learning stuff and seeing, like, father and son stuff through, like, anime, and it's crazy as heck, but that's, like, why Dragon Ball Z is, like, big to me, because like, even though Goku wasn't the best dad, I seen, like, the type of guy he was and how he fought and to protect the earth and, like, just, stuff like that, and I'm just like, "Damn," like, it was dope to see, like, I grew up watching just a lot of anime that had those type of relationships, whether it was good or bad, it just taught me lessons about, like, how to be if you didn't have this, or if you do have it, be grateful for it and, use it and be appreciative of what you do have, you know what I
Hmm. Damn. I never actually got into anime, bro, growing up, but you just like
mean?
broke that down like deep for me, bro. I didn't know
Bro,
I didn't know it was like that.
anime teaches you life lessons and not just, not having a dad and looking at it like that, but just in general, bro. Like it teaches you so much, bro. Like I can't even like, I took up the whole interview explaining to you like how many things it touches on, like real life things. It's not some cartoon, you know what I mean? Like it's emotional, it's like it got depth, like I'm telling you, man, it's real. It's real.
Damn. Man, another legend in the game, Israel Adesanya. He's big on anime as well.
Yeah.
Rambo loves anime as well, you know?
Yeah.
So it's got to mean something for sure.
Trust me, man. And the real can, decipher, like just decipher and see it for what it really is. Like it may have some funny scenes, but like the ones that's real, like it make you look at life a little different. Like these, authors and creators, like it's just like creating art, like Picasso, like they paint, but their painting is like this animation that they create and they put it on, the comments in the magna and stuff like that, and it gets like eventually becomes into like a real animation or show. And it's like, it's so dope to see, man, the process and like how they think and make you like, damn, like sometimes we're very closed minded. And I feel like at the anime scope definitely is bigger and deeper than what people think it is. Pause. That sounded crazy. But yeah. But yeah, it's yeah. And people used to bag on the back in the day when I was younger and be like, "Oh, you a geek and nerd." Now everybody wants to be an anime and like I'm an OG, like 20 plus years, like with anime. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Put me on, bro. What's a good anime that I could get into?
Right now they got there's a lot of little popular ones. Some of them I can't pronounce. I was just watching this one like it's like a garbage one. I gotta say the name of it. It's like it start with a G, but it's dope. And it's like, but the story, the backstory, and how it is like raw. But like where he at is like basically like people treat people like based off of like cleanliness, like and if you
Mm.
do something, they throw you down to the trash. Like the bottom of the earth is almost like a hell, but a pit. The other people still live there, and it's like, it's pretty dope. You obviously got I'm seeing her name out there. We got this interview, and you could tap
Yeah.
in. But they got great animes out. That's like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer's out right now. You got the OGs like Cowboy Bebop is really nice if you want to like start fresh, like something like throwback. Like I feel like you'll like something like that. What else I was just watching just now? Doro. Yeah, I'd be watching so much animes, bro. I can give you
Mm.
like so you're gonna be saying every minute if I keep naming them, but like I'm gonna send you a list and like
Yeah.
you gonna be like, it's some dope ones, dog. It's some dope ones, man.
Sounds good. I appreciate that, brother. I'll remind
Nah,
you
no
later.
problem. Nah, I got you. All right,
Um,
so as soon as we got the call, I'll send you a list.
let's go. Um, so tell me about your childhood a little bit growing up in Broward County. Did you get into like a lot of fights growing up?
A lot of fights. My, I'm truly blessed to be where I'm at right now because if my mom wasn't strong, and I had to realize that once I got older and had kids of my own, if she wasn't strong and wasn't who she was, then she would have gave up on me a long time ago because I was bad. Like not intentionally just trying to be bad, but like I fought a lot because I used to get bullied and stuff like that. So I was real like I'm probably a little bit more light skinned than I was now. I was real skinny. I was, just a quiet jet, and like people used to just like mess with me, bro. I don't know why. And like my mom used to see it, and like when I got home one day, she was just like, if somebody mess with you, don't let nobody like, don't allow nobody like hit you first and like, bully you. And from that day forward, bro, I became a menace. I think from
Mm.
kindergarten on up, bro, I don't know how many times I've been suspended for fighting or sent to alternative schools and almost kicked out and not like graduated. Like I've been in brawls, like shut the school down because we, you know, two big like groups of like people from whether it be a hood or just people that got little beefs or whatever. We just in like a big brawl outside of school, inside of school. So I literally fought my whole life. Like if I can pull up my elementary to high school track record, it would be astonishing for sure. I'm not gonna lie to
Mm,
you.
yeah. Did you play a lot of sports growing up? How did you end up getting into combat sports?
I actually didn't play a lot of sports. It was real hard. Single parent household. Got other siblings, and I wanted to play football a lot, but I didn't get to play football because we didn't have that stability. So I got to play like I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 years of football, and it wasn't consistent. It was like here and there, but I've always been like good at football. Always been fast and stuff like that, and it was just like natural for me. I played a little soccer. I ran track, but that all happened in like school. When like you go to school and you just sign up, and my mom had to work, so I used to like just find my own transportation from practice and there and back, and I made it work. Tried to play JV. I played JV a little bit when I was in high school. Because you didn't really need a GPA requirement for that. And I was still being bad, barely going to practice, doing dumb stuff. I didn't know what I had until it was gone. I always, like I said, I always loved football. I played in the streets, on the concrete, a park, whatever. Like we used to go everywhere to play football. Like so, when I really like started to see like, yo, I'm wasting talent. Like people like, oh, you fast, you good, you can catch. I think my junior year is when I woke up, I stopped fighting, I stopped chasing girls, doing all that dumb stuff you do in high school, and I got serious. And my GPA was so low, bro. I probably had to bring that thing back from the dead, like like CPR, bro. Like it was like 0.5 or less. I was never like stupid or slow in there. Like that. I wasn't in school because I was fighting every other week, 2 weeks here, 2 weeks there. It's like I'm missing all the lessons. I don't, with math, if you miss all the lessons and you get in there and
Yeah.
you looking at it's like it look like Japanese. You like, bro, what is this? How do I get to this? The ending of the equation or whatever. And then that's when we was doing like geometry, algebra, like that. So I was really tripping. Long story short, I turned around and my junior year, I started playing for the football team, and I go to like the summer tryouts, stuff like that. I ball out. I'm the starting kick returner. I'm the starting receiver, and it came to the GPA to come around to see who was going to be eligible. I think I missed it by like a point something. I don't even want to say it was a point five. I was like at a 1.9 something. Missed my junior year playing, and that's like one of the biggest years for you in football is your junior year. To establish yourself, and you can ball out your freshman and sophomore year if you're on the varsity. But like I said, I bullshitted both. Got to junior year, and I was on the team. I was doing my thing, and I missed it just by like this much. Missed it, and had to wait another year. Got to play my senior year, and I balled out. I was starting receiver. I was torching people, making people fall. Going to camps with the FSU for a visit with two of our other like highly recruits, two people that actually went to the NFL, and I had letters coming in from places, and I had to take the ACT, and because my GPA was so low, I had to get a high score on the ACT to be like D1 eligible. I didn't get it. I still was pursuing that dream. And I was gonna go to a JUCO, get everything right, and then transfer to the schools I wanted to go to because like I said, I had some, D1 schools looking at me, LSU, Cincinnati, so other schools like that. I got letters and stuff like that. So, um, what happened? Oh yeah, I'm doing all that. In the midst of that, I'm obviously working and I'm kind of going through stuff with my mom. I end up staying with one of my girlfriends at the time, which was a very bad idea. It was my first time staying with a female. Obviously, boom, 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 things happen. I have my first kid,
Oh wow.
and I didn't want to like leave my first kid, so just got jobs and let the football dream fade away. And then that's when I ended up getting to the boxing gym with Rambo them because I always wanted to box. I had a friend that went to school with me and he always talked about the gym he was at, and I was the gym. And when I got into that gym, it's like it was over after that. Nothing else. Like I was working, but like I got hooked, bro. I always wanted to box since I was younger. I watched like boxing growing up. I seen Mike Tyson, and one of my favorite punches was the uppercut. Like I used to fight people. I used to always try to land that uppercut and just fighting just always been there. It closed the door on like football, but now it opened up this door to the life that I live now. Like, what I
Yeah.
give to, my family, friends, my kids, and just the inspiration I give to people who fight and people that are fighting things outside of the ring, you know what I mean? So it all worked out how it was supposed to work out.
So how old were you when you started?
My first time I stepped into a boxing gym, I was 22, 23. So I started late. I never had been into a boxing gym before that. I just fought, street fought all my life. So when people ask why I fight this way or why it's like that, because, I have more experience fighting in the streets than I do the boxing ring, so,
Hmm.
but that's just how it worked out.
Damn. How did you end up getting into bare knuckle then? How did that opportunity come about?
I was boxing. I was a pretty good amateur, had a good record, won some belts, won like Florida State Power and stuff like that. I would have kept going in Golden Gloves, but I hurt my hand in the match and I couldn't continue. So, well, I had won the match, but I couldn't fight in the next day of the round. So after that, obviously, I'm already older. I'm like maybe 24, 25 at this time. Like I've been boxing like a few years, but it's been on and off because I've been working like jobs to provide for my kid. I had to work the moving job, and then it was like I was traveling out of state, so I go travel and come back and have to fight a kid who been training for months and got sponsors and stuff like that. And I got a week to fight, and I started to lose, and I just didn't like it. Like I already wasn't making no money off of it. Yeah, I'm training and like I'm trying to balance everything. So the coach at the time I was with was Ryan Perez. Bare
Mm.
knuckle was coming up, and I was actually supposed to be the first bare knuckle fighter that he had because I was just like I was kind of bred for it. I ended up trying to take the boxing route instead, and then he made not made, but him and Jared talked, and Jared ended up being the first one out of our group to go to do bare knuckle. It was me, Bobby, Bryce, and Jared. Bobby and Bryce were already established in boxing. They had like both of them was like undefeated in boxing. Me and Jared haven't had professional fights at that time. Jared got in bare knuckle and instantly started making noise. He started knocking people out, and then he got that title fight in New York. I think I think I debuted it. I think before or after that, I'm not sure, but he was our first one out the camp to go bare knuckle, and I always knew I can do it, and I wanted to do it. I was never like, oh, I don't want to do it. Like I was cool doing boxing or bare knuckle, whatever provided for the family. You know what I mean? I wasn't tripping. I want to use what God had given me to, make a livelihood. You know what I mean? So I did it and never turned back. I started putting my all into it. I started learning the different things about it, and I may not like to clinch. I know how to clinch. I do it sometimes on sparring. Just don't do it a lot in the fight because I don't like to be that close because of like cuts and stuff like that. But like I had to learn the game of how to bare knuckle fight because they told me once I came in, it's not bare knuckle boxing championship. This is bare knuckle fighting championship. You have to fight. It's gonna get dirty. You're gonna fight dudes that are grapplers that are gonna try to put your hair down, da da da. And that's what happened. So that's how
Mm.
bare knuckle came about.
So yeah, it's quite different from boxing, man, for sure. It's a real fight. The clinch is alive. You gotta watch yourself any time in there. And yeah, so did you make your pro debut in bare knuckle?
I made my pro debut outside of bare knuckle. I had probably one of the fastest bare knuckle knockouts. It was like maybe a second or two. It was one right hand I do that with, but it's not like recorded on the bare knuckle because it was on a boxing promotion. So it was like all boxing fights, and like I was the last fight, and I was the bare knuckle attraction at the end, and that was
Damn.
my first, yeah, that was my first fight. It's actually in a reel that I just posted not too long ago. I sent it to you. That was the first my first bare knuckle fight. So I went from bare knuckle 1-0, and I think I went to boxing, and I was 1-0, and then I came back because I think a fight had fell through in bare knuckle. I was supposed to fight this dude. I was supposed to fight my first knuckle mania. This dude, his eye exam didn't get cleared. They let him get all the way down to like the last day. I sold tickets and all that stuff like that, and his name was like Joe Peg or something. He didn't make the test. I made the weight. I think I still got paid or something like that, but like I had sold tickets and like I didn't get to fight, so I had lost a lot of fans behind that because everybody's ready to see me fight, and they didn't get to see me fight. A lot of people who bought the tickets didn't even want to come because I wasn't fighting. So, but stuff happened how it happened. Real fans are gonna still be real fans and understand. Like I'm not in control of that. Like I trained my ass off for that fight. I was gonna be on Knucklemania, which is the biggest event that Bkfc have, and I missed the opportunity because a dude didn't have his stuff. right, or they didn't check it correct. I don't know what it was, but I haven't been on Knuckle Mania since then. Trying to be on the one in February, hopefully.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one. Do you remember the emotions going into that first bare knuckle fight? Were you nervous at all?
Oh, hell yeah. I came in 1-0 with an off promotion bare knuckle fight, and I fought Rusty Crowder. I think he had like 7 fights, and he fought like some tough dudes. So I feel like I had better fighting skills than him. I feel like I definitely could beat him, but it wasn't going to be easy. And it wasn't, I took some shots, not knowing, because like the Bkfc promotion, I mean the bare knuckle promotion I fought on before, Boston promotion, it was smaller. When I fought in the BKFC, it was at the James L. Knight Center. So it was like the atmosphere was different. It was a lot of people, it was a lot of expectations, like a lot of pressure. Like this is the moment I've been waiting for. So it was definitely like, it was crazy. But like off that one fight, I went viral. That first fight, I
Mm,
knocked Rusty Crowder's mouthpiece out, and I made his like ear flop in the midst of it the same time to me landing a punch, and like it probably got like I don't know how many views, like probably like over like 50 million. Like,
yeah,
and that was in 2021. Like, I had multiple people posting it, and it just kept going viral. Whether if it was on, I don't know if TikTok was out yet, but it was a lot of apps I was posting that people were sending to me, and like literally 10 million here, 8 million there. I'm like, damn, bro. And that's really how I blew up on Instagram, kind of. Like, I didn't get much followers because people were blow your stuff up, not really give you credit or whatever, or people will see you doing something and not even follow you. Like it's like that now too, but I didn't never
yeah,
really care about the followers. Like as long as I got some type of support, whether it be sponsorship or people coming out to watch me fight, I'm cool with that. I'm never big on like who follows me or looking like a celebrity. Cause me, I tell people all the time, like, yeah, bro, you're a legend. I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm a regular guy that fights. Even when I get the money I want to get to provide and how I want to provide, I'm still gonna be a regular guy that fights.
mm,
It's nothing like I don't see myself above anybody else. Like I work hard, I train hard. People can have their own depiction about me and have their own opinion, but I know who I am, I know where I come from, and I like to stay, humble and grounded.
yeah. No, man, I gotta say, this is my first time really getting to talk to you, and I definitely see the humbleness in you, man, and I really appreciate that, bro.
Nah, no problem, bro.
Super excited to announce my first ever sponsorship. Knuckles to Knives is officially sponsored by Blues King 24/7. My brother Ivan Stojakovic has decided to support the movement. Ivan owns a company called Blues King 24/7, and they are located in Ontario, Canada. Blues King 24/7 does some of the cleanest cladding work in the world. They deal with siding, aluminum panels, and any exterior finish. They also waterproof buildings, homes, and take on any commercial or residential projects. They are located in Ontario, Canada, but will take on work anywhere in the world. So if you need your building or home upgraded on the exterior, call Blues King 24/7. That's BLUESKING 24/7. Go check them out on Instagram. So what about nowadays? You're 11 fights in the BKFC. Do you still get nervous before the fights?
Oh hell nah. It's a bit like walking to my car. A lot too. That's one thing about it. I think even my first fight, I didn't have nerves. It was just like getting in this moment. It's like getting used to it. After that, like I thought I was weird. I used to tell people all the time, I'm like, bro, do y'all boys get nervous before y'all fights, whatever? And they be like, yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Like, I'm like, y'all boys, y'all know I don't feel nothing. And I think it's because I've done it so much throughout my life and like not in big crowds like a fighting arena, but like crowds of people watching you fight and knowing that if you lose, it's gonna be the second third. So I'm kind of used to it. It's not like I feel like nervousness. Like I be feeling more excitement because I went through a whole camp training hard, running
Mm,
these miles, taking these punches. Like I'm ready. Like that's all I feel is I'm ready. Like you know. And I always thought I was kind of weird. Like maybe I ain't got no emotion towards it or something like that. But I'm like, I think because even when you're nervous or you're scared, that can help you because you're more alert. You're more like, but I go in there and I'd be like, it's like walking down the street. It's like you be a little too lax. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it can be a good and bad thing.
No, for sure. And I like to ask that question a lot just because I like to hear the fighter's perspective. I've never fought, so I can't even
Yeah.
imagine. I get nervous just watching the fight. So and
No.
and like I got to ask Bryce Henry about that as well. Same with Bobby,
Mhm.
and two different perspectives there as well. Bryce, super
Yeah.
calm, cool, is not worried at all. He actually gets more nervous when he's about to go watch Bobby fight.
Oh yeah,
And
that's a
then
brother thing. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And then Bobby says he's quite nervous before the fights, you know?
It be like that, man. Everybody different, man. I feel like I just been bred for war. Like I've been warring my whole life, fighting bigger dudes, older dudes, and like once I train to fight somebody, he's trying to fight me. Like I just know what it is gonna be. Like it's gonna be a battle. Like, and I'm prepared for war. And I don't know. I just never feared another like man in that sense. Like I know you bleed how I bleed, and we just gonna go at it. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna lose. It's gonna happen. Like that's what it is. Like that's how I see it.
Mm. Now, do you like to visualize the fight leading up to it, or do you just kind of let it flow when you get in there?
Sometimes I have visualization of how it was gonna pan out or what I'm gonna do. Like one time I was in camp and I just knew that I was gonna knock this dude out with an uppercut and went into the fight and knocked his ass out with an uppercut. So it was like sometimes I put it in my hand, like that's what I want to do. And sometimes I'm like, okay, when it opens up, I see it and I find it, and that's what it is. It's like finding that needle in the haystack. Like once I see that thread and where I gotta go through, it's like, okay, boom, like I gotta, capitalize on that and do what I gotta do. But I feel like it's like a fighting is like um poetry and motion sometimes. Like sometimes you just
Mm.
gotta flow with it, you know what I mean? I like when I'm real flowy and I'm having fun and I'm like, even if I may get hit, like if you see in the Palomino fights, a lot of times I got hit or we did something and I'm like smiling, like I'm happy. I'm just happy to be here, you know what I mean? Like I always said in the beginning of Bkfc when I got into it, like Imma fight Louis Palomino one day. Like I always like looked at his face like, yo, I love the fight and I feel like I can, I feel like I beat him, da da da. And like the fight like came to fruition. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. I've been saying this for years and like I'm here now and I'm fighting one of the, biggest names in it. So it was dope. It was
Yeah,
dope.
no, that was a great fight, man. I know you ended up losing that one, but I
Yeah.
honestly think it was closer than people like to give you credit for.
Yeah, me
And
too.
yeah, like it was a unanimous decision, but it could have easily been a split, and it could have easily went your way too, man.
Yeah, I heard that a lot. I felt that way. I watched it back. I said, okay, I can see why they gave him the fight in certain ways and the aggression and certain stuff. But I'm like, man, I was boxing clean. I was landing clean. Like I know the damage thing is a big thing, but man, face was made out of like iron or something. I don't know. Or maybe I just wasn't. It wasn't my punches wasn't landing the correct way to like cut him up. Like so that had a lot of things, and me not my mouthpiece falling out and looking down and getting hit off guard
Yeah.
and my tooth falling out. That all give him plus ones on the judges rather than it being like, that's kind of cheap and dirty. They like, okay, it's within the rules, so he ain't do nothing dirty. So, he dealt more damage. So like it looked a certain way, and all props to him. Who he is, who he is. He won the fight. Can't take nothing away from it. But I had people in the organization that's higher up, that's like fighters outside of it, fans, they're everybody like, yeah, bro, I think he won that. Like, and it's like, so for me not to just feel that way and for other people to come up to say it, whether they be fans or not, even some of his fans and his people like related to him was like, hey, bro, like, so I just respected and took it for what it was. It's gonna go down what it is gonna go down on the record book, but I love to definitely fight him again to change the way I fought because it's in certain spurts I feel like I didn't fight how I train in certain ways, and that's on me.
Hmm. So Palomino is actually on the same card as you, BKFC 85. He'll be taking on Austin Trout. What do you think about that fight, and who you think takes that one?
I don't think it's a good fight. I feel like and kind of weird that it's at 55, and you know, in all respect to Trout being a former champion and all that stuff like that, but like he doesn't have one fight at 155 in BKFC, and he just comes down and walks into the division and leapfrogs people like me. I literally have one loss at 155. The rest are knockouts. I literally fought everybody at 155. I even fought Palomino, and he's undefeated at 155. But I got leapfrog for him. I got leapfrog by Ben Bonner, even though he did his thing with Tony Soto, like late replacement, and I get he had like the silver belt because it was like an interim belt or whatever, and then Franco fighting other promotions and getting stripped, and then waltzing in right back to the tournament. It's like, bro, I literally been here for years, the last 2 years fighting everybody at 155, knocking them out, like undefeated opponents, ranked opponents, all type of stuff, and it's like, when am I going to get my due respect? Like everybody's like, "Well, I'm not in the 155 tournament," so I think it should be a good fight. I think I fought Palomino. I feel like people maybe doubt him because how the first Trout fight went. You know, it was a unanimous decision, and I guess rightfully so. I would rewatch that fight. I saw it when I was watching in preparation for my fight. And, he didn't do as bad as people make it seem. He did get outboxed and outskilled in certain ways and, movement and certain counters. And then the one knockdown happened was very smarter Trout, but he definitely can win at 155. Trout hasn't fought there in years. So we gotta see how that plays out. Weight cutting down to a weight that you used to fight at, but you haven't fought out in years, definitely can, drain you in certain ways depending on how you do it. So it should be an even fight. I can't say who's gonna win. It could play out just like the first fight, for all I know, or it can play out with, Palomino hurting Trout, a drained Trout bad and, going that way. So it should be a good fight, regardless. I don't really got to pick for it though.
Hmm. Yeah, I hear that, man. No, I definitely agree with what you're saying too, man. I'm not with these guys jumping in and jumping ahead of all the BKFC guys that have paid their dues in the sport, man. A lot of
Yeah.
these MMA guys coming in and all of a sudden one fight in, two fight in, and they're already going for the title. Meanwhile, you got guys like you who have been paying your dues, man. So
Yeah, paying my dues and barely getting paid. Got the
yeah,
UFC dues coming in and making more than I made in all my fights, and like I get it to an extent, but it's like you got the homegrown fighters that literally, was with y'all building this from brick by brick, and you got the UFC dudes who already done made their money on the back end of their careers, and just coming in for a check, get one fight, and get up out of there and make their money, and it's like it's a lot of stuff that it can be better, but and I'm grateful for the opportunity to fight. If it wasn't BKFC, I wouldn't be fighting and have the connections I've had and established and, some of the sponsorships and stuff like that. So regardless of it not being perfect, because stuff usually isn't, I'm still, appreciative for what they've done.
of course, man. Um, Man, can you talk about this Kai Stewart situation a little bit? Because
Fuck Kai Stewart.
yeah, I did see a clip that you put out there the other day talking about your previous fight that you had with him at 145 for the belt.
Uh,
And yeah, just some dirty tactics, bro, that I really
Bro,
had no idea
Kai
about.
can eat a dick, bro. Literally. Kai can eat a sack of baby dicks. That guy is weird. That guy is Val, I don't like people like that. Like, I wanted to fight Kai this December since he didn't fight basically all year. And I told them, and I put this on everything I love. I told them we don't have to fight for a belt. I don't even care about a belt. We can fight at 145, 150, 155. I just want to fight him. It's personal. You know what I mean? Like he did something that attacked who I am as a man, a father, my character, my integrity, everything. And like, he thought it was something cute, like something to play with. Like, and that's something that I could have easily never came back from. That's something that easily could have took my life. That could have had my kids going through stuff to this day in school. Like, it damaged a lot of relationships that I did have. And they thought it was like just nothing. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this to mess his head up for a fight. Like, if you feel like you're that below me that you have to do stuff like that, it just shows, it was just a lot of people grouped against me that I didn't think it was that deep to be doing something that evil, to a person. I ain't never do nothing like that to you. I know, I kept your family out of it. I kept it strictly fighting. They took it and made it personal and made it something weird. All of us, somebody trying to extort me and blackmail me for something I didn't do, you know what I mean? And it sucked because it happened at my biggest moment. And I put so much work into that camp. I trained injured. I had just snapped the bone in my right hand and got a screw placed into it before I fought him. The fight I had before him, I had knocked the dude out in the first round with an uppercut. It was like I went through all these trials and tribulations and did everything I had to do all for people to like sabotage me in the worst way. Like if my mom didn't come out for that fight, that was her first time coming out for a BKFC fight. If my daughter didn't come out for that fight, first time come out for a BKFC fight too, and I had fans traveling from Las Vegas all the way to Colorado to see me. Like if I didn't have all that on my heart, I wouldn't have fought because I wasn't there, bro. It's like I was a ghost. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The my fiance, ex fiance at the time, on and off, whatever. I had found out about it, and it's not that she believed it or anything like that, but, like, I found out that she found out through, like, a weird way, like, it got sent to her, and it was, like, people who was out to get me really, like, did it in a very nasty way, like, they went after my family, you know? I'm on Bkfc, and this is my title fight, and you got people in the comments calling me like a pedo and saying all this crazy stuff. And it's like, bro, what? So I had to get off the Instagram and not even say it. But then I got sponsors hit me up threatening to take away kids that I sponsor through my neighborhood champs brand that helps, you know, single parent household athletes to like with gear equipment. Like I'm doing stuff because I know how that feels to not be able to, you know, how to support the play sports and do stuff. And I did all that for, you know, from the bottom of my heart. And people tried to flip that and make it sound like I'm doing that because I'm a weirdo. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of stuff that just had me like, bro, like I, I couldn't believe it, bro. It was very sick. I even got my life threatened during that camp because of that. Like a attempt on my life is going to happen because of, you know what I mean? And like
Wow.
nobody knows all that, and these aren't excuses. I have the proof this is real life shit. You know what I mean? Like nobody knows that I was dealing with all that during that whole thing, and then to get in the ring and about to fight this dude, not knowing that he knows and his team knows, and they've been spreading it because they found out and they've been spreading it too. And then to sit right there in the middle of the ring and him to walk around and get face to face to me and to call me that on national, you know, TV or wherever BK was streamed at that time, like not knowing if it got picked up or not, like it was like putting up a blockade to block out all that I went through, you know. Finding out the night before that, you know, my daughter's mom knew, and like it got sent around like this. Like, I found out all out the night before, and then getting in the ring is like that happened. It's like you put up this wall to block all that out. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just keep it fighting. I'm gonna go out and prove everybody wrong and win, and then speak on it afterwards. But then he came around the ring and he did that, bro. If I would have been just, you know, that black guy who snapped and lost it. If I would have choked him out right then and there or punched him before the fight started, I just would have been labeled as that guy that was too emotional, that was this, that, and the third, because nobody knew the story. Like I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell my management. I didn't tell my brother. I kept it all in. And once he did that that night right in front of me, it just like, it broke me. So I still fought, man. I fought 5 rounds with that on my chest, and my mind, and they always like to talk about this picture when I'm sitting on the stool and said I was crying, but in my head, bro, I really didn't want to be there. I didn't care. Like every punch he threw, I didn't feel it. Every punch I ended up with, I didn't feel it. It's like I really was like it was an out of body experience, and it was like people laugh at that and like don't know the depths of like how much I had to go through to overcome that. I got baptized the following year because I was at my end, bro. Like I literally was ready to check out, bro. I didn't care about nothing, bro. I was like so down and embarrassed about that, bro. So, you know, people think doing certain stuff to get an advantage is cool, but when you take it to certain extents, bro, it's not cool because I had people from where I live and they wanted to hurt who they thought was behind it. They wanted to do something. I had to tell people like, nah, bro, it's good, bro, you know, because that's just gonna come back on you and come back on me and like, you know, whatever, whatever. But you know, it's in the past. I grew from it. I became who I am now. I'm way stronger and way more positive. My mind and my depression and stuff I went through throughout my whole life, you know, cleared up, and I just, you know, I saw the light, and everything happens for a reason, and I became a better overall person with what I went through. So it is what it is.
Bro, that's deep as fuck. I this is my first time ever hearing this story, and like, yeah, there's a point of selling the fight, and then there's a point of just going, oh, like that's just some next. I've never heard tactics like that, bro. That's literally insane.
Yeah, no honor, bro, no honor, and that's the champion. That's the people they promoting. But you know, the people character, you know, get hidden in the shadows, and then they put on this phony act like they just turned third. So that's why I want to fight Kai. Is it's bigger than just a loss. Like I think I could care less about the loss. I was so much to think about him, including the people who sat right there and did that to sabotage me at my highest moment with lies. Like if it was true, it's different, but it was literally lies. I literally got the text still in my phone probably to this day of the threats of, send this money. Are we gonna put this out and send it to all your friends and your family? And that's exactly what he did. You know, people I thought who was my friends and thought they knew me as a person and as a man. You know, they see something that's fabricated, and it's ready to believe something that's negative or bad about you that they just run and send it all over. And like, I lost a lot from that. People still may believe that's what it is and what's true. And it just took a lot on me, bro, because I've never been that type of person. I literally despise and hate, and that's a powerful word. Like literally hate that type of person, that type of man that, go after kids or any. I look at it that like so. It was. They knew what it hit. They knew what it hit. They knew to throw the dagger, and unfortunately for me, it landed perfectly on the fight, the night of the fight.
Yeah. Damn, bro. I'm really sorry you had to go through that, man. That's literally insane.
It's
Um,
all right, bro.
have
Like
has like Kai ever apologized to you for that? Have you ever seen Kai in person since then?
I after the fight, he came up and tried to shake my hand and say good fight, and I didn't really want to hear none of it. I just told him straight up, but like, don't you ever in your fucking life ever call me that in your life. And he was like, oh yeah, bro, like I don't know what that was. Like he tried to like, but if you don't know what something is, like to try to use it in a dirty way to get into my head, because whoever told you whatever about me knowing that like, maybe I may have some mental problems or went through stuff in my life that this is the way to attack him. You went all in on it, bro. Like, you could have kept it cool and, but that's not the first time he's done that. Louis Lopez, a person we both fought, had something going like that in Montana when he was talking to somebody that was younger. But I think his instance was like true, even though true or not, like, to bring it into the fight and when they was about to fight, it's just weird, bro. Like, you joke around, you play around about stuff like that, but it's like, fam, that's just nothing to play about. That's just not funny at all, bro. Like his situation is different. Like I said, I don't know if Louis was in the wrong or the right. But like for him to be like a person that's done it multiple times is like you're like like I said, Kaiser, he just he's a bitch, bro. Like that's some real female shit, bro. I don't care what I hear about you, bro. I'm gonna keep the shit fighting, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's what it is a fight. You to to go that low to try to get any advantage, like you might as well be a cheater, bro. Who know what you're doing to really to win and because you're willing to go that far. It's like, yeah, you know,
Yeah. Damn, bro. That's fucking unreal. And I truly hope you do get your get back, man. You need that
me
get back
too.
fight one day, straight up.
Me too. Me too, dog. Need that.
Um, yeah, for sure. So let me ask you, what do you think about McGregor being the co-owner of the BKFC now, man? Did you follow his career at all?
Yeah, that's my guy, man. I watch a lot of Conor fights. Like Conor's probably only one of the biggest reasons why I only tap in the UFC at the times that I did tap in the UFC because like he just that's the Mac, man. He got that swagger, like that's Mystic Mac. Like he talked the talk, he walked the walk, he did what he did. He got the wins, he got the losses. He's come back. He's made it big to fight Floyd. He's done a lot, man. It's like if you don't look up to him in some type of way, it's like you kind of look at yourself like, damn, why I'm hating. Like, that's he great in his ways, great in fighting. When he's really locked in, he's one of the ones. So it's definitely cool to have a relationship with him and be able to talk to him and just see his mindset. Like I talked to Connor on a personal level through like the DMs and stuff like that. Like he's mad cool. Like we talk like we like homeboys, you know what I mean? So that's real dope. And I always just see him and he always shows mad love to me and I do the same.
Hmm. Amazing, bro. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Connor, bro. Watched his career all the way from the first fight in the UFC, so it's amazing to see him be part of the BKFC now, man, and help grow the sport.
Facts.
Do you think he ever steps in there to fight?
After this White House event, and depending on how it goes, yeah, I can see it maybe in a year or two before he gets, a little bit out of the age group. I can
Yeah.
actually like a fight, a potential big fight with a big name. That'd be dope.
Who would you like to see him fight?
I don't know. Uh, that'd be crazy. I don't think a boxer wouldn't do it because it's bare knuckle, but a UFC dude, imagine him in like Nate Diaz or something.
Mm.
That'd be crazy. Like, you know, that'd be crazy.
Even Masvidal, bro, because Masvidal
That
kind of
too.
came back from that bear. He's from the bare knuckle world as well, back in the
Yeah.
Kimbo Slice days, right? So it would
Yeah.
be
And he
nuts
got his
to.
own promotion too. He had his own promotion with the MMA bare knuckle. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's my guy too. Shout out Game Bread.
yeah, man. Shout out to Masvidal, legend in
Street
the game.
Jesus.
Street Jesus, yes.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I really appreciate you, brother. You're the man. Let me ask you, do you got a walkout song planned for this one? Do you like do you think about that a lot? or do you kind of just flow with it?
Sometimes, but I like flowing with it too. I got some songs in my head, but I'm gonna let it be a surprise because I'm still thinking about it, but it's gonna be it's gonna be a song that I feel like is in a good time and means something to me and something to the people that's behind me and like stuff that's going on in the world. So I think it'll be good.
I got you, bro. Who are like some of the artists you like listening to? I seen you recently you were at a Young Boy concert there. That looked pretty lit out there.
Yeah, that's like my brother without him even knowing it. Like I feel like just hearing his music and like we relate on so many levels. It's like if I met him in person, I feel like we'll be like cool as hell. So I like Young Boy, I like No Cap, I like LOE Shimmy, I like my homeboy Jado 38. I like a lot of people from Broward, HMT Trey, FCGM, he um there's a lot of people, man. I listen to a lot of different type of music. I listen to, Sade. I listen to, Vibes Cartel, Popcorn. I listen to a lot of different culture, a lot of different music, whatever it comes from. If, I can catch the beat and listen to the rhythm and they saying something real or just something that, get your head bobbing, I'll definitely give it a try.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen any of my clips, but before I like start posting the clips of our interview on Instagram, I like to do like an introduction. I include the walkout of your last fight. And
Mm.
do you remember the song of your last
The walk
walkout?
out of my last fight was Young Boy.
What
I think it
song?
was damn, it was Young Boy. It was a house arrest thing, as it was what song was it? You gotta go back. I mean, I can go back and look and tell you the
Yeah,
name. I
yeah,
just
no,
can't
I'll,
remember the name
I'll
right now.
try
So
and
my
find it. Now that you said
yeah,
Young Boy, that'll help me for sure.
yeah, it's Young Boy for sure though. Somebody was calling me, so I blanked out the mic. I can hear you now. What you said?
Oh, I just wanted to know if you had a prediction for this upcoming fight against Ramiro.
I never really. I was trying to say predictions, but I don't never like forcing knockouts. I like that's one thing I do let flow and let it come to me naturally off of how I see the fight playing out, and if I need to do something like press the issue, whatever. But he's he's I won't say a vet, but like he's an experienced fighter. He can take a shot. He can, he's gonna do what he has to do. I'm do what I have to do. But I feel like it's gonna be a moment that defies the fight, and I feel like me capitalize on that moment could end in a knockout. Maybe third round, third round. My bad, bro. My
You
brother
okay,
keep
brother?
calling me.
No, sorry, man. Like I said, I got one more question for you, and then I'll let you go. Just want to know if you got a message for your fans, and if you want to shout out any of your sponsors.
Message to the fans. Appreciate you guys for all the support through the years, through the ups and downs, and hope I can keep inspiring the people that needs it, whether it be mentally or in the physical to, get your mind, your body right, whatever it is, or just go hard in the craft that you're doing. Um, Many blessings, all love. Y'all cop tickets from me, my sponsors, Shaq, Island Breeze, my management all in. Any sponsors that wanna sponsor me or have sponsored me, I appreciate this the love and support because it means a lot. Like it's hard to get through these camps. It isn't easy. You have to sacrifice a lot, and sometimes the sacrifice is too big, and the help is definitely lessens the load. So thank you guys, and I catch you guys December 5th to bring fireworks like I always do.
Let's go, man. Make sure you guys tune in. BKFC 85, Howard Davis taking on Ramiro Figueroa. And yeah, can't wait, brother. I'll be out there for that
Yeah,
event, so I hope to meet you in person, man.
for sure. God bless you, man. Have a great Sunday.